let us go on to the next petition, which is number 12, presented by Solidarity, Independence and Democracy, a British citizen. Who wishes the floor here? The petitioner?
Hello. Madam Chairman, honoured members, colleagues, this petition proposes to save those posts that are currently on the establishment plan. The President of the Budgetary Committee, Mr. Lamosseur, has written to the Petition Committee that I would draw your attention to the fact that the Parliament strongly opposed the 2006 Finnish presidency to cut posts from the establishment plan. These posts will go to the private sector and consequently move from administrative budget to the operational budget. Is this real saving or a boost to the multinationals that pick up the work as contracts? The financial crisis was caused by too little, not too much regulation. Regulations without adequate enforcement create only dangerous illusion of security. In Brussels, circa 100,000 jobs are linked to EU and international institutions. Simple pro rata shows that losing 5% of our jobs will lead to a further 5,000 losses in Brussels. It is enough to know that 7,000 Europeans on the dole cost more than 2,000 at work, especially after the salary cuts already inflicted. In Luxembourg, several categories of contract agents are paid below the national minimum wage. A key scene in Michael Moore's Capitalism Love Story shows the head of the US Congressional Oversight Committee, Harvard professor Elizabeth Warren, saying that she has no knowledge of where the $700 billion astronomical bailout money went ultimately. Detailed information about financial flows away from Europe also remains NSA secret, but common sense and elementary economics indicate that the money is probably going to the BRIC. That exported capital may then be spent to buy new machinery and technology with a view to taking market share away from Europe. Some of the most essential work would still be done after the cuts, but then by precarious temporary employees and by profit-seeking companies. Taking the windfall profits of privatization into account, it is likely that costs will increase, perhaps considerably. Where will temporary workers go, whose time at the institution has run out go? How can they refuse to use their insider knowledge and contacts to help their new employers get extra profit out of taxpayers' pockets? Recall that corporations are responsible to the stockholders and shareholders, not to tax-paying voters. It is true that EU employees are being compelled to work 6.66% more without pay, while their remuneration privileges are cut drastically, first in 2004 and now again as of 2014, but there is already resistance. In this period, the EU went from 15 member states to 28, while a freeze on recruitment from all Europe has been maintained in place. Consequently, certain countries are underrepresented. The contract agents in many delegations have defended themselves by going over to a strict regime of work to rule, ending the tradition of unpaid overtime. So we have not only fewer people, but also fewer hours work in the EEAS. Can you hear them laugh in Washington, Moscow, etc.? This Parliament would be fortunate if a 5% cut in its staff leads only to 5% more corporate lobbying. Conclusion. There have always been vacant positions in the establishment plan. They can always be left in a reserve that costs no money until they are filled. Once again, austerity must end one day. I draw the attention of the committee to the fact that the Commission's proposal that has now passed into a new staff regulation did not pass through proper procedures, since when the Commission presented this proposal, the social dialogue with trade unions and inter-service consultations were still taking place and had not completed. It is very unfortunate that procedures were bypassed under pressure. I thank you for your attention.
Grazie. Ci sono...
Thank you. Are there colleagues who would like to take the floor? On this petition, we did not call upon the Commission. We sent this to the Budget Committee for the part that they were responsible for. We got a note back from the Budget Committee saying that they are taking into consideration all of the points which have been put forth in the petition we have just heard about. So work is underway, and we hope that there will be results very rapidly since the Budget Committee is presently sitting. But is there anyone here who would like to take the floor at this time? If there are no requests for the floor, then obviously the petition will remain open, waiting to get this meeting with the Budget Committee. And when we have their work and their results, we will then be able to steer the further considerations of this petition. I would like to thank the petitioner for having submitted this issue to us. It's very important to us, and we would like to arrive at a balanced conclusion in the interest